Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. I have another in-depth fragrance review to share with you guys today, and it is of a fragrance that was nowhere on my radar. Like I've never even heard much about this brand, and I certainly was not familiar with the fragrance at all. So the way that I came across it is I recently shopped the Sephora Fall Savings event and picked up the 5 Cents Burn Free fragrance. I reviewed that last week, so I will link that up in the cards as well as in the description box down below if you're interested in my thoughts. And in that video, I think you could kind of tell that while there were aspects of that fragrance that I definitely enjoyed, I feel like the clove note was just a little bit too harsh, a little too aggressive, at least for my personal taste. So I did opt to return that. I do have a Sephora pretty close to my house, so I thought I'm just gonna take it in store, I'm gonna return it, I'm gonna walk out, and that'll be that. So when I got to my local store, it was the last day of the fall savings event, and there were a lot of people. There were a ton of people in line to check out, and I thought I'm gonna let the line die down a little bit and just kind of peruse the store. Never a good decision. I went ahead and went down the perfume aisle because that was the least clogged with traffic at the time, and I started sniffing through some of the fragrances, and I came across Commodity Milk. And it blew my mind. The second that I sprayed it on the little, tester sheet and put it up to my nose, I thought, where has this been my entire life? This is my gourmand perfume dream come true right here. I'm telling you right now, this is a super permanent addition to my perfume collection, which is why I bought the Big Mama Jama. I didn't even bother with the travel size, which honestly, I have a little bit of a deal with myself in that I really try hard, if possible, to pick up travel sizes of perfumes right now because my perfume collection it's rather large, and realistically, are some of those going to go bad? Probably. So I try my best to pick up the smaller size, like these travel sizes here. This is a lot more manageable in terms of being able to finish this in a timely manner than something like this, right? But I decided to spray it on my wrist and then, continue to look around for a little while and see how it interacted with my personal body chemistry. And as soon as I sprayed it on my wrist, I knew. I went ahead and grabbed it. By the way, this is the box that it comes in. I have to admit, this brand overall, the packaging, the design, it doesn't really scream, at least to me, hey, come check me out. Like this didn't draw me in. I was actually looking at some of the other more fun perfume bottles around. There's just some really great perfume bottles out there. And as a sucker for packaging, that is important to me. I think that the, overall presentation of a personal fragrance is something that's very important, but ultimately the fragrance has to jive with your body chemistry and you have to enjoy the scent. So, even though this bottle is it's a little bland, oh man, what is inside is pure magic. So we're gonna go ahead and talk in depth about this today. I just cannot tell you how beautiful this fragrance is. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the fragrance on the Sephora website. We're gonna kind of read through their fragrance notes, their description. We're gonna talk about the different versions of milk that are available and what they mean, so that if you are interested in picking this up, you can pick up the version of milk that is going to be best suited to kind of what you're looking for in terms of, the longevity, the projection of the fragrance. I think this is kind of a unique approach to perfume. I don't think that I've seen any other brand approach it this way, but definitely correct me if I'm wrong. So let's go ahead and read about the fragrance here. So this falls in the warm and spicy category. The scent type is warm and sweet gourmands, and I don't think that I could put a better description to that. It is warm, cozy, delicious, inviting. It almost smells edible, you guys. So our key notes here are cold milk, mahogany wood, and marshmallow. The fragrance description reads, seeking comfort in the familiar, this creamy and calming scent offers the perfect start to the day. Cold milk adds a cooling element to an otherwise rich and warm fragrance of marshmallow, mahogany wood, and tonka bean. Okay, so let's talk about first which version of this that I got, because there are 3 different versions available. Now, my store only carried this expressive version. So I'm just gonna read this from the side of the box here because I think that this explains it better than, you know, I could. So they call this the scent space. Doing away with old industry jargon, we've created Scent Space to give you greater control over the intensity and projection of your scent. Each commodity fragrance is available in 3 different Scent Space concentrations: personal, expressive, and bold. So basically you are going from a more like aggressive super strong version of a fragrance down to a lighter, softer, maybe not quite as noticeable version of the scent. And then right in the middle is kind of what I think is the sweet spot between the two. For me personally, with this particular fragrance, I think the expressive is going to be the very best. Now, if you are someone who really wants your perfume to enter the room before you do, definitely opt for the bold. I will link all 3 versions in the description box down below. They do have slightly different fragrance notes, but I think the overall presentation of the fragrance should be the same, with the exception of how basically strong and aggressive the fragrance is coming across. So if you are someone who tends to maybe get headaches very easily from fragrances and you like fragrances that have a softer approach, but you still want to try this, then go for the personal. And again, if you want that more like aggressive, bold approach to your fragrance, go for the bold. But for me, the expressive, I think, is the perfect happy medium. So let's talk about this fragrance. First of all, I think the bottle is very simple. In terms of like the presentation here of packaging, I don't think this is overly special. I am such a sucker for packaging, and this really didn't draw me in, but it was the fragrance itself that definitely drew me in. I do love the quality of the sprayer here. By the way, this size is, how many ounces is this? This is 3.4 fluid ounces, and it retails for $145. By the way, the different versions are all at the same price point. So no matter which one you choose, it's gonna be $145 for the 3.4 fluid ounces here. It is available in a travel size as well. So if you just wanna test this out, definitely check out the travel size. But if you know that you already love this one, then I think this is absolutely worth investing in. Now, I was kind of lucky in that I did do that exchange, and then I still had the 20% off. So I didn't spend $145 on this. However, as soon as I run out, if it's not available during like a sale period, I would pay full price for this. I really would. This is incredible, you guys. So the sprayer on this is really nice. It has a beautiful like distribution of the fragrance. I feel like that cold milk aspect is kind of the first thing that I actually notice here. It's not until this starts to dry down that I really get the warmth aspect of this fragrance. That cold milk goes away, and I swear it turns into like a warm, sweet cream type fragrance. Next, it definitely goes into that like slightly woody mahogany note. Mahogany honestly at first scared me off. When I was looking at the fragrance notes, I was thinking, I don't know that I really love mahogany. But it turns out I do. I do in this fragrance. And I think it's because the marshmallow just adds such a beautiful, perfect level of sweetness. This is not cloying. This is not something that I think is sickeningly sweet at all. I think it's perfectly balanced and it works so well with my body chemistry. I tend to love gourmand fragrances. That's just something that I think I naturally gravitate towards. But I think even if you don't typically gravitate towards these type of scents, this is one that is worth checking out. The balance of that mahogany with the cream and that marshmallow is done so incredibly well that this just smells like pure heaven. I have gotten so many compliments on this. In fact, I got a compliment from what was he? He was a physician's assistant. So I actually had to go into urgent care this past weekend. I have a raging ear infection in this ear. And I put on perfume before going to the appointment. I looked like hell otherwise, but I was like, I'm at least gonna smell good, just, you know, for my own sake. And as soon as he walked in, he was like, you smell good. What is that? And I was like, it's commodity milk. And he was like, oh man, that is amazing. And I was like, right? Yeah, you guys, it is warm, sophisticated, gourmand goodness. And if you are in the market for a fragrance like this, for the upcoming holiday season, for the winter months, try it. I'm telling you, this is going to be a staple in my collection going forward. I just cannot imagine not having this at this point. I see myself grabbing this probably pretty frequently over at least the next probably 3 to 4 months. I just think it is the perfect winter perfume. If you are in the market for something new for the holidays, maybe something unique to wear to your holiday parties, maybe you're thinking about a gift idea for someone who you know loves sweeter gourmand fragrances, check this out. I am telling you, it is worth it. It is worth it. Now, in terms of the projection, I find that this expressive version here is, I think this is quite strong. I would almost be curious just to smell the bold version, because I kind of feel like for me, and I love a strong fragrance, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it would almost be too much if this had more oomph behind it. The projection of this is fabulous. It doesn't necessarily enter the room before you do, but it's pretty close to doing that. Do not overspray this one. For me, with this one, I've been putting it on my wrists and I've just been doing like a little spritz across just my chest here. And that has been the perfect amount. You guys, the longevity here is incredible. If you are looking for a long-lasting perfume that would literally last you an entire 8-hour workday, if you're allowed to wear fragrance to your job, this is it. It's it. This lasts so incredibly long on me. Now, I do put this on moisturized skin. I think that that is something that if you are struggling with the longevity of your fragrances, make sure that your skin is hydrated before you are putting on your fragrances. Dry skin will not hold on to the fragrance as long as hydrated or moisturized skin will. So always make sure that you are using either a perfume that is somewhat similar, a lotion or a cream that is somewhat similar in the fragrance profile to this, or unscented. Just get an unscented body lotion that you can specifically put on your pulse points that, you know, that you can then spray your perfume over. It is going to make the fragrance last longer. I'm telling you, it is. When I started doing that, it was a real game changer for me in terms of longevity. But just to round this out, you guys, it's heavenly. It's a must-have for me. And if you like the same types of fragrances that I typically tend to gravitate towards, I think you're really gonna love this. I'm certainly interested in trying out some more fragrances from Milk at this point, but this one here, top-notch, perfect. I'm in love. I'm not giving it up anytime soon. So let me know your thoughts on Commodity Milk if you have had the chance to try it in the comments down below. Again, I will link the different versions of this in the description box. So if you're interested in reading up a little bit more about this fragrance, check out other people's reviews, which, by the way, the reviews are, their big fat thumbs up. Like this is a fragrance that seems pretty universally liked. You can read up about that by checking out the links in the description box down below. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions. Please give this video a big fat thumbs up for the algorithm gods. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.